That was the one that affected me to the point where I felt like I could have ended our relationship. I was feeling like it was all over. And listen, I was so convinced in my mind that he was being an asshole. What's up, guys? Welcome back to our channel.
Hi, welcome back. So, for the people who would have been normally locking in to our series Tinder to Forever, you might have seen, like this. The series get cancelled. No, the series.
It didn't get cancelled.
Yes. We had some
issues.
Yeah, some issues in the studio that we had to sort out as a married couple.
Yes.
The thing is, all couples go through things, and we went through something.
Yeah, we went through some things.
Some things.
Some things, yeah.
So, that is how come the series stopped. We hope to get back to recording sometime soon. This is the first recording since the last episode that you would have seen.
which was Tinder to Forever 1 and 2.
Right.
Yes.
So, right, we'll go back into production soon. But we need to come and give you an update.
Yes. I feel like, we shouldn't just be sharing all the happiness. We should share when we have little issues, because I feel like it's not fake. And we're not trying to be out here fake. Can I say that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're not trying to be out here fake. So, we want to let you know what has been going on. And the good thing is, when we get back into a groove, it's like it pushes you to another level. So it's like you're on this level, then you fall out and you're on this level. But then when you get back good, it's like you're on this level.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You understand?
Mm-hmm. Levels.
Yes. So.
Yes. So, what do you say was the cause of the fallout?
Miscommunication. That's what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Miscommunication, emotions.
Miscommunication or misunderstanding?
Misunderstanding. Right, misunderstanding.
Mm-hmm. I think
lack of communication.
All right.
Regardless of whose part it was on,
No, I just think I communicate very, very,
very good.
Very good. I think I'm pretty articulate when it comes to
I am not, but okay. So I am not very good at articulating myself, which causes a lot of problems for me. I don't know if you are bothered by it. But I am not able to say what I want to say when I want to say it, because I don't know what to say or how to say it most times.
No, for me, I understand what they're saying, but for me, it don't cause much problems when you're unable to articulate yourself. Let me tell you why. I understand the basics of human behavior and what humans want and what they desire. So, if there's an issue, I understand that here going on. It's just sort of a few things where the problem is. So for me, I mean, somebody don't necessarily need to, or you don't need to articulate it to the point to me, but I have an idea, okay, you're probably lacking attention, affection, whatever it may be. Or you're going through something within yourself, or whatever the case is. In this situation now, and we realize that clearly some tension was building up between both of us over the past, I would say 3 months, where in that every time, right before Tanti come, if you want to know, well, this was to know that Tanti thing is supposed to mean, right? The week before, things just get, Naz is normally get a bit emotional. But within the last
emotional
3 months,
within these last 3 months,
it was horrible. But I've been honest.
To be fair, I think it is partially the pandemic's fault. I am going to blame it on us falling into this pandemic because I've never spent this much time. I think that's what it was.
Right. I think
spending so much time
added to it.
Yes.
In that, obviously, going through that extra emotional phase. Maybe she can be camera.
Sorry.
Yeah. Going through that extra emotional phase and having to spend so much time together. When a woman going through that kind of emotional thing, and man is getting the nerves pretty easily. We doesn't have nothing. All we breed problems.
Like literally.
And because of the pandemic and because of the isolation and because we just home together right through, we had some issues.
I was annoyed pretty easily on things that I should not have been annoyed about.
So one way to check to see how much doubles is this actually is to count the bar, right? So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then there's one more below there, 8. So 8 bar,
9,
right? Divided by 2 is 4. So that's like 4 doubles.
10.
How you counting 10?
Because you count these two that.
Yeah, I counted those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sure, it doesn't look like a counted.
So let's count it again. 1, where the cover? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So much years of marriage and she still don't know how to doubt me yet, but
Tina's appropriate.
anyhow, yes. So we have 8 divided by 2.
And
that you could just have a discussion about.
I could have just had a discussion, but listen, when we going through, I think, okay, let me start off by saying, we were having a conversation within this time where he was saying, women are driven more by emotion and not logic. Do you want to clarify?
Right. So basically, women are mainly driven by emotion and not logic. Now, women can be logical, but once emotion gets involved or is an emotional situation, their emotions tend to be the one that takes the lead in those circumstances, right? I would say, in my opinion, pretty well, but of course, there have been many tests and things that prove that, right? So, I mean, before on other things other than that, right? But
just to start,
that was the one
that affected me to the point where I felt like I could have ended our relationship. I was feeling like it was all over. And listen, I was so convinced in my mind that he was being an asshole that I was really convinced. And I didn't want to hear ladies too emotional or women emotionally driven or anything like that, because I believe I could be logical, I could solve a problem, I could have a proper conversation without involving too much emotions. That's what I thought. But
then the whole scenario showed itself, right?
The whole scenario showed itself.
Yeah, because clearly you're over emotional.
Yeah, it was.
Right?
Yeah, but I was trying to remember how I figured it out.
Because we had the discussion a while after. I mean, it was a good while after. It was a tough about 10 days, but it was tough. I mean, I didn't want to leave, but I was prepared. I was prepared for if there was going to be some level of exodus. I'll be honest. I mean, I was like, alright, weird this thing looking like. Yeah, but
I didn't want to talk. I wasn't smiling. I wasn't talking.
And then she was snapping at me for everything. Like, my mom said something and I respond in the way I would normally respond, right? And she snap at me like, "Pooty."
I literally wanted to lick him down every single time he talked. Every single time he opened his mouth, it's like,
yeah, all kind of mean stares. But here's the hard part. I this time I come around again next 2 weeks, so I'm waiting to see how that going to pan out this time. If this conversation we had will affect how it happens within the next
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Listen, I am. So let me tell you how it goes. The week before my period, I cannot stand him at all. The week of my period, it eases up. The day my period stops, I love him. I just so love. So that's what happened. So the day my period ended, we were still not in a good place, but I was lying down a little closer to him on the bed, and I was looking in his direction a little more, and he asked something of the sort. He asked something. It wasn't really pertinent to anything, but he asked something, and we started talking. And at that point, I opened up and I let him know all that I was feeling, because I felt like I wasn't being fair to him, letting him know exactly what was going on with me. And I was seeing how my attitude and my behavior was affecting him. So at that point, I opened up and let him know I cannot stand you when I have my period, and I think something is wrong with me, because how is it I go from that to loving in like what, 10 days? Like literally?
Yeah, about 10 days, about 10 days.
Yeah, because it's the week before my period and then my period is like 3 days. So like I switched, like I completely switched. And the reason why I personally asked to do this video is to talk about it, because I was so convinced. I went to my cousin and I was telling her, already, I want to leave. I can't deal with it. I just feel like I'm going crazy. I just felt like I was going crazy, and I felt like I was justified in my reasons. Like, his responses to certain things can be so blunt and emotionless. What else, boy? It's like when I'm not vexed anymore, I can't remember anything. But when I'm vexed, I remember. What else I told you? Tell me now.
Listen, I mean, I think I probably said this in a video before. I just really forget things through anger, because I don't take on them things. Anytime I hold these things, obviously, it isn't good going forward. So we have a bad situation ever go through, I just, okay, just, and forget it. But I remember the main cause of the issue, what it was. And then, as I said, we had a discussion again. But there's a few things that has like, and when we sat down and talk about it, and I just take the time and break it down. And that was a clear indication that when a woman is in that high emotional stage, the sense of logic and ration tends to get pushed to the side.
It does.
Right? Because when we had the discussion after Tanti left, everything was, it was a much more level-headed conversation, and we were able to kind of fix things. I mean, during going through the emotion, there were points where I was like, "Hey, boy, dog, boy, you gotta go through this every month, boy, dog, boy, hey, boy."
Yeah, I do. And like, to be honest, this month was the absolute worst.
Mm-hmm.
I was really, really bad. I was real bad. I'm so sorry. I was real bad.
But for me, as I say, I mean, I was just waiting it out to see how things go on her side, how she wanted to deal with things, if, she wanted to make that weird decision to part. But as I say, I kind of understood what was causing it, but it was still hard to deal with. A suggestion I would make to our viewers is to buy a king size bed now, boy. You understand? Because when you have a king size bed, then you're forced. Not forced, but you could sleep far apart. But when you have a smaller bed, you're forced to stick together now, because session. Session, and he was Session doing to her. Session head on one side, up in the corner, so, and she push her legs across the next side. So you really can't, you can't play one to love up, or you want to squeeze up too much. You put the leg on them to push her away, and you see me, a big teddy bear, I love a cuddle, But, but those are difficult, Shane, and
oh gosh.
we want to close out this video by me saying, I always tell people, when you have a falling out or you have a disagreement in a situation or a relationship, look at the circumstances. One, if you realize your period might be on here for the ladies or whatever the case may be, take some time and try to deal with that situation after that period of time. Fellas, if you might be going through something in work and you have a fallout with the wife or the girlfriend or whatever the case may be, don't make any rash decisions. That's the point I'm making. Wait until
wait until you come, for real. Wait until,
because you mightn't realize other things affecting how you're behaving at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So stop, think about what else is going on in your life. And if you realize now, boy, that might be causing some problems, it might be something else and not just this or whatever, then you wait and you fix that and then you try to address whatever. Communication is important. I always tell people, and just what it was I was telling Nash about is, people always talk about communication, but communication means talking and listening. It doesn't mean, because a lot of people think communication means that you listen when I talking and you talk when I want to listen.
Mm-hmm.
It don't really work like that. It's a give and take. Is you say something, this person might want to say something, of course being respectful, and those kind of things. So communicating is very important.
And I feel like we shouldn't be afraid to come out and say, you know what, I was wrong, and I understand where you're coming from. I could see your perspective being what it is or what it is not. Like, put that in there and try to take your ego out of it, because egos is another reason why things may not get resolved. Because I could not in my mind come forward and say, yes, I am irrational when a certain time comes, because it's all about emotions. In my mind, I was sure that it wasn't an over emotional thing. But as I said, when I stopped and I listened and we get to that level and we talk, and as I said, like, listen, talk, understand, take out emotion, is like...
Right. Something else, I see we pushing some time on the video, so we're going to wrap it up real quick. So, a piece of advice that I would give you all, and I remember I tell you this: if you're in a relationship with somebody you love, and it's truly somebody you love. Now, we know people have been in relationships for all kind of weird reasons, but you're in a relationship with somebody you love, and you know that person love you. We talk more in the good times. Don't wait until the bad times to think about this, right? In the good times. Remember that two of you all are part of the same team, and you're not enemies. It's pretty easy for you to see your companion as somebody against you if your ideologies don't match, or if your ideas don't match, or your thoughts don't match up, your perspectives don't match up. It's very easy for you to see that person as being against you, rather than we on the same team where we just have different perspectives. And that's something to keep in mind. I think that is one of the things that will always help a relationship work and last, is to realize that, okay, we're on the same team, but we're just having some issues now. Just like any basketball team, any football team, we're trying to reach a common goal, but
it's hard. But it makes sense to always keep on telling yourself that. In good times, keep on telling yourself, so that when it gets to that point where you feel like you're stuck, remember, you're on the same team. You're, the final. The end result is the same thing.
Yeah.
You understand?
And that is, as I say, that is very important. What I think is important is, just make sure that the person on your team really on your team. Because yes, we understand there are some people in relationship. There are some people in relationships who the person with against them.
Yeah,
those things happen. You should probably try to come out of that situation as fast as possible. But as I say, think about it when things good, not when you're upset. And you realize if two of you all have the common goal to be together, work things out, continue building your family, building
your business, building whatever it is that you're working on.
There are all these terms, all these young people use building, not building a legacy, building empire. Building the empire. Right? Yeah, but always remember, we both on the same team. So even though we might have a falling out, we might have, some hiccups, we're on the same team. It's just we're going through a little bump in the road now.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily to throw nobody off the team.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
Think there's anything else you need to tell them?
No, I think that's it, ladies and gents. But I am a lady, so I will quick speak to the ladies. Take some time, reflect. Don't always be quick to fly off the handle. Think about what you want to say. If you want to say it, look at the situation. Don't just look at, okay, I am feeling stressed, so I want to retaliate. Because listen, he was going through some things. He was going through some things at the time, and he had to put aside his feelings to deal with what I was going through. And that can't be right, because I can't put aside my feelings to deal with somebody else's emotions just like that. So, take all that into consideration. Look, understand, listen, communicate.
And fellas, before we leave, a little something for the fellas. There's no room for ego in a relationship. There's no room. There's definitely no room. And my wife would tell you that I am a very proud person, but at the end of the day, when it comes to her and the children, I just put aside all ego and I just humble now. I mean, we humble at home. I ain't humble in the streets at all. She know that. She real wow there. Me going through that with nobody. But home, there's no room for ego. So fellas, that is the most important thing. If you want your relationship to work, remember, you could only feed one of them. You could either feed your ego or feed your
relationship.
Right?
That's real good advice. Yeah. You could only feed one.
And whichever one you feed is the one that will grow. And you have to know which one you want to grow. If you want your ego to grow, know that your relationship will be starving and die. If you feed the relationship, the relationship will grow and the ego will starve. And I mean, as I say, you can starve your ego when it comes to your relationship. In work,
exactly, because he is who he is on the outside. He is that, and I respect that, and I give him his respect. When we together and when we by ourselves, it's not a totally different as in somebody that I don't know, but he's he tones down, he gets to a level where we could understand, we could talk, and it's not no pattern chat, when it's a beating chest kind of thing. It is, I totally appreciate that. I really do.
Out in the streets was to
bad man.
Don't let the glasses fool you out there, Anyhow.
Shit.
Right? So thanks again for viewing. Remember, like, subscribe. You can dislike if you want to do that. If you want to do that as well.
Yes. We appreciate your comments either way.
Yes, of course. And if you have any more suggestions on how to deal with relationship issues, or even if you have some questions and that we could touch on. I mean, I think I have a decent amount of advice when it comes to relationship. I think I have a decent amount and decent advice. So you could feel free to drop those questions as well, and I have no problem answering and giving it my point of view and my suggestions on them.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So
bye.
Hopefully we start recording before Tanti come back this month.